Good morning to all. In coming lecture on data mining, today we need to study about the a priori algorithm in data mining. This is the introduction related with the a priori algorithm. Basically, we use this kind of an algorithms to identify the frequent item sets, the occurrence of the frequent item sets uh, in the given transactions. So normally it can work with the databases, and it is also been determined that how strongly the data sets are being associated with each other, whether it can be the two objects, either whether it can be the three objects. So it has been introduced by R. Agrawal and the Srikant in the year of 1994. So it works on the basic uh, two basic principles. One is the strong, uh, and the another one is support and the confidence. So what is the frequent item set if I'm talking about? If I'm having an I'm having in transactions of two types. Uh, the transaction ID A contains some values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 item sets, and the B is equal to having 2, 3, 7. So in this we need to identify what is the item which is having a frequently occurring during this transaction. So item set is to be considered as an item and a collection of items, and the transaction is to be taken place on these particular items. So we need to identify all these two type of items are having such an data types which are frequently occurring. Like in this example, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 2, 3, 7. So 2 and 3 are the frequent items which are coming in both the transaction. So what we need to do, that we need to consider first to determine the support of the item sets in the transactional database and identify the minimum support and the confidence. So take all the support in the transaction with the higher support value, then the minimum or the selected support value is to be considered. Now, going further, just try to understand with the help of example. Suppose we have the following data set which is having various transactions like T1 to T9, and it is having an item sets like T1 is having an item set AB, T2 is having BD, T3 is having BC. Similar way up to the T9 we are having number of transactions with their item sets. So we need to find the frequent item sets and generate the association rules using this algorithm. So it is given that minimum support is equal to 2 and the minimum confidence level is requiring 50%. So it is given. So it algorithm works on these basic two parameters. Now let's see step by step. In the first solution, from the transaction table, we will create one candidate set. In this particular candidate set, we will write all the items which is occurring into the transactions table. So likewise, in the in that particular transaction table, we do have item set A, B, C, D, E, and we will count how many support count is coming into that particular table. So in that particular transaction table, A is having 6, B is having 7, C is having 5, D is having 2, and E is having 1. So as we know that the minimum support is 2, so E will not be the part of this particular item set. So we will generate the frequent item set that table is your L1. In that L1 table, you will see that the item set A, B, C, D. So E item set was removed because of it is not matching with the support level 2. Now on the basis of this item set, we will start with calculating the new candidate table, that is your C2, and we will try to identify the item sets. We will create the item set on the basis of A, B, C, D. So here you can create the combinations of the item set, because it can be the AB, AC and AD. Similarly with BC, BD and CD. And then we will calculate the support count from the transaction table, that how many supports, how many times this particular item set is occurring. So the occurrence of this item set is 4, 4, 1, 4, 2, 0. So again, if we can see that our minimum support level is 2, so we will discard the value, the item set AD and this CD. So what will be the left out with candidate set? Uh, that is your AB, AC, BC and BD. Now you can see here. Yes, you can see here. So 4, 4, 4, 2 for AB, AC, BC and BD. So previous one, the last 2 has been removed. Afterwards, again, because of it is constituting with the 3 sets, so again you have to create some candidate table. Then candidate table will be now considered on the basis of these 3 segments. So now in this we will repeat the same process for creating this candidate generation using ABC, then BCD, ACD and ABD. Then we will try to make it a counting of these item sets. So here it has been observed that this particular item set ABC is having a minimum support of 2. So the final value combinations will be having ABC. Now moving towards next step is to find the association rules for the subset. So what can be the association rule which we will apply on this ABC possible values and the combination of these values. So for all the rules, we will create the confidence using formula support of AB with the occurrence of A. Then we will check the confidence level whether it is lying into the 50% of the minimum support threshold value or not. Let's see. We will create a support rule for ABC. What can be the rules? Whether AB tends to C or BC tends to A and AC tends to B. Okay, the support level is 2 for all. Then for identifying the confidence, you will be having a formula of the support level of ABC divided by the support of occurrence of the A value. AB value. So we are having an AB value 4 and the support value is 2. Support value of ABC is 2. Okay, so the value is coming 2 by 4, that is equivalent to 0.5. If we will convert it into the percentage, that becomes 50%. Similar wise, the BC tends to A, support is 2. So the BCA support level was 2 divided by the support occurrence of BC is 4. So the value is 0.5 and the percentage value is 50. So likewise we will create all the support values accordingly. Then we can find the maximum rules which is considering the 50% is the AB to C, BC to A and AC to B. And rest all these 3 supports rules are lying below up 50%. One is for 40%, 33.33%, and the 28%. So this cannot be considered as a strong association rule. So the strong association rule, only these three which can be considered because it is lying up to the 50% minimum rules. So this is the way the a priori algorithm works. So there are some advantages that it is easy to understand algorithm, but the disadvantage is that because it is very slow compared to other algorithms, as it has to cover the entire data space area. It has to scan the entire database multiple times to perform this operation. So that's why its complexity is high. So that's why it is having a disadvantage and slow is comparison in comparison to the others. With this a priori algorithm is, I hope you will able to understand. If you are having any query, you can reach me out into the vikas.srivastava@galgotiasuniversity.edu.in. Thank you for watching me.